I'm in now.
Oh, we are? So now start? We are back, guys, with the daddy issues. Tony had a doctor's appointment or something or busy. He told me last night, but I forgot I wasn't listening. But he ain't here. But we got a very special guest.
Yeah.
We got. Some of y'all might be wondering, who the hell is this guy? Who the hell is Ryan Davis? Ryan Davis is one of the funniest guys out.
Oh, I appreciate that, bro.
He is, I want to be clear, he's a stand-up that just happens to be big on social media. A lot of us are, we get thrown in with the social media comics. No, he's huge on social media. But he was a stand-up first. Same with Kev, same with Tony.
Yeah.
We do stand-up, and we just happen to have a following. But this guy is one of the biggest and super funny. If you think he's funny on the internet, you definitely got to see him on stage. And we're so happy to have him, man. Welcome, bro.
Well, man, thank you for having me.
Yeah, man.
I'm happy to be here, man. Seriously. I don't get up this early for nothing, but for this I can do, man. That is, I appreciate the kind words, man.
Yeah, man, you're hilarious. Because I didn't know you. I thought you were a social media guy first. And then we did the show at the factory. I was like, this is hilarious.
Oh, man. It was, I didn't have a choice. I didn't have a choice because I already knew who you were. You didn't know. You didn't.
Stop.
No, I'm dead serious. Apparently you did a show in my neck of the woods.
Oh, in Charlotte.
And somebody was like, do you know Keon Polee? I was like, nah, I've never met him. They were like, when you get a chance to see him, you'll remember him. It was like, this dude might be the funniest dude I've ever seen.
That crowd was fun.
Mind you, they've seen me before. They were like, this is the funniest dude you've ever seen.
Disrespect.
I was like,
I'm looking at you.
I was like, you could have found another way to word that, but I appreciate it. But then after I met, I completely got it.
Oh, man, thanks, man.
Nah, man. Welcome.
That crowd was fire. Charlotte's in my top 5 favorite places to perform. That crowd was insane.
It's definitely in my top 5, and it's not because it's home. It's because once you realize you go everywhere, you go, oh man, Charlotte is really great for comedy.
People think I love the Bay because I'm from there. I'm like, no, they have a
that's
dope
in my top 5.
Yeah, they have a dope comedy scene. Like certain crowds in certain areas are just dope.
I've done the Bay more than any other area outside of home, but ever since I got to a certain point where I could tour and sell tickets, I've done the Bay even more than I've done home. Oh man,
there's just energy in certain areas. I have the Bay, in no order. Charlotte. I love Portland.
I've never done Portland.
And I think I love Portland because they like me.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have a dope scene, but they show me love. So I'll be like, I love this place.
Okay.
So I don't know. And I had I forgot. Sacramento is super dope. Sacramento is one of them cities. It's it's the capital of California. It's a bigger city, but it's small. But they have nothing to do.
Yeah.
So they come to comedy shows like this. I'm gonna have an insane time.
I was so mad because every time I go out there, I pretty much sell out. Man, I went out there last year at the same time Ty Dolla $ign was there.
Oh.
And the thing about Sacramento is they don't choose multiple things
to
do.
No, everybody's going.
Everybody's going. I was just like, man, this stinks.
Yeah.
But it was still a decent turnout. But I like DC is in my top city.
I've never done DC.
Oh, dude!
Soon
as you do DC, something's coming out of your top 5. I promise you.
DC.
And then our brand of humor. Oh man, they because it's Howard's there. Right. All it is a ton of black intellectuals, dog. Yeah, they're gonna love you.
Because people don't understand, because some people be like, there's 3 different types of black rooms, black crowds. People don't get it. They be like, some people I'm scared of black rooms. No, you're scared of hood rooms.
Yeah.
That's a different thing, and they're fun too. Yeah. And then you got the black intellectuals, then you got the black church group. So it's different groups, but black shows are just so fun. But yeah, they're different ones. They're different energies in each one.
I'm more scared of the black church crowd than I am of the hood crowd.
Yeah.
Because I'm afraid I'm going to say something.
Yeah.
It
don't even have to be bad. It's just like you push a limit and they're like, oh, come on now.
Yeah, it's like they want you. I can do clean.
Yeah.
But there's a difference in church clean. Church clean is like, really? That's not a curse word or anything. I can't say that. No.
It's more of the content with them type of shows too.
Yeah.
Like they handcuff you on the content. Like, oh, so we all ain't out here smashing. Y'all all married. In the Bible it says.
Right. All of you got kids, but I can't talk about sex.
But
cool.
I can't. All right. Yeah, nobody's doing that. All right, fine.
Guess that's not a thing.
Guess. All right. So y'all funny everybody's adopted. I get it.
It's funny as you said, like, Tony's not here because he's at the doctor. He's like the most fit dude I know.
Now
and I'm like the fattest dude, but I'm available to do.
People don't.
Like, I snore while I'm awake, but so I tell you guys, man, forget your health, man. Don't be health conscious.
People don't believe that Tony used to be fat. Tony was so big, and people don't believe it. And it's like somebody in the comments sometimes like, I want to see proof of this. It's funny when you know somebody for a long time and everybody else only knows them for. Now version of you, like a lot of my friends, especially in comedy, especially if you pop, people only know from pop, on. And I've been knowing you since forever.
I remember Last Comic Standing, Tony.
Yeah, I remember them sketches. Go watch. Pay attention to some of the old sketches Tony posts. You'll see it. Tony was big, man.
Yeah, and nobody believes I used to be skinny. I used to be really fit. Nobody believes. I got fat like 4 years. I started getting fat like 4 years ago. I gained like 100 pounds in 4.5 years.
What?
5 years, yeah. Man, whenever, like, people think success is definitely a blessing, but success as a comedian makes you lazy, like, in life. Like, when you touring, you don't just stop and play basketball somewhere. You sit at a hotel and you eat whatever food is available to you, and you do more sitting, and then you get to a club, and it's free food at the club, free drinks, calories. Everything on top of calories. Then you get a promoter that's like, hey, man, we'll pay you to come to our club. We'll give you a free bottle and drinks and everything. So it's that. And then when I first got on, I wasn't doing weekends. I was in a different city every night. Yeah. Doing the tour.
One-nighters,
So then I'm not sleeping because I got to get up and do radio. I got to do press in the morning. You know what I mean? So we talking about no sleep, fast food, alcohol, a year straight.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I just did a cruise. I just got off. I gained 5 pounds in that 1 week.
You see what I'm saying?
Now 1 week.
It's way easier than what people think, man. I aged about 15 years in a year. And like you don't realize it until somebody comes up to you like, are you okay? Like, I'm fine. What are you talking about? I'm fine. You sure?
You need to talk to somebody? like this how comics check on each other, right? You'll run into somebody. They be like, how you doing, man? You be like, I'm good. No, how you doing? How you doing?
When they ask the second
time,
about?
I'm fine. No, how you? Everything good?
Doing?
No, how you doing? I'm fine. So, you got kids, man.
I do.
That's why we have them here on Daddy Issues. Because you don't. I saw your Mother's Day post.
Yeah,
that was super dope. That you shot her out.
I appreciate it. I didn't care for the comments though. There was
I didn't see that.
There was a bunch of she let you have sex with her. I'm like, excuse you. I am a good person. All right. Beauty's only skin deep. All right. I'm a catch too. Don't do this. Don't do this to me.
So how old are your kids?
My kids are 4 and 2.
The girls 4.
The girls 4. My sons 2.
Okay, and they're both.
Yes.
Yes. But you guys aren't together.
No.
Okay. But you gave her, like, the shout out you gave her on social media. I was like, I don't know if they are together or not.
Everybody thought we were married. They were like, anybody who says words like this
I was like,
about the co-parent, they're not co-parenting. But nah, it's just I've matured. You know what I mean? I wasn't always that dude. Listen, I've been popular on social media for years. That's the first time people even saw what she looked like.
I never seen her.
Nobody saw what she looked like. They thought I made her up. So it was like, I don't know. It was interesting. But me, man, I was giving myself way too much credit in the co-parenting lane than I should have been giving myself. Me, I provide for everybody.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't have to go to work, anything like that. So whenever you're the breadwinner you know, you don't really think about the other stuff that goes into parenting. The other side of parenting is very difficult.
Yeah.
It is very difficult to be with children all day. They are not cool. I don't know. People who have baby fever, I immediately go, you can't have kids. These are some of the most annoying people on earth. And there's nothing they can do about it. They can't not be annoying. No. They don't know anything, but they think they know. And they want to show you something new that you already know.
Oh, my God.
And you got to act amazed.
Every time.
Every time.
That's my son all day. Dad, wook. Dad, wook. Wook, Dad, wook. I'm like, first of all, you're pronouncing it wrong. It's like, Dad, just wook. And then he don't even want nothing. Dad, wook. And he just do a pose. I'm like, oh, that's the dopest pose I've ever seen. Why are you doing this? Dad, wook. Look at this.
And so I'm out here living my dream, and she's getting wook. Yeah. Every day. You know what I mean? So it wasn't until like we had hit rough times, man. It ain't always been pretty. And then I had to have the children for an extended period of time by myself. I got to live her life for a little bit. I liked my side of the deal a lot better. I have to say, I enjoyed living my dream a lot more than being a stay-at-home parent. And immediately I went, okay, you need to appreciate this woman more than what you do. And ever since then, we've been great. You know,
nice.
It takes some fellas. You gotta fathers out there, man. I'm telling you, sometimes you don't realize how good you got it. Yeah. You know, until just one day. And if you don't believe me, just for a week, trade duties as much as you can, because I know everybody's life is you know, you have your thing, you have your schedule, you know, y'all work things out to work for y'all, but just every once in a while switch just to see how the other person has it, and you'll gain an appreciation for what they do, man. And that's what led to that post, man. I really appreciate this woman. Even when she gets on my last nerve, I know that it can be worse. I've seen it for other people.
Especially what we do. You need that.
Yeah.
I mean, people, our viewers, listeners know. I be having mine in here. They be all over the goddamn place. I mean, the older one, he's at school now, so he don't be here. And he was always a chill one anyway, but that Kendrick, he's gotten better, but he just has his days. And I'll be like, and what I'm going to do? He here.
Not exactly.
Right. Here, what I'm going to do? And I have them all day, every day. And then go do comedy at night. And people, why are you tired, nigga? Cause why your energy be low sometimes? Cause I don't. Tony said his schedule just yesterday on stage. People was like, oh my God, like what he did that day, and his kid's grown. Like he don't even have to do that stuff no more. And it's just we be doing a lot. We don't have a lot of just sit down and do nothing time.
When people ask me about having children, that's what makes me glad you talk about the sitting down and do nothing time. People don't know. They're like, I have baby fever. Do you know that whatever life you think you have, everything you enjoy, you will not get to enjoy these things anymore because you're no longer on your schedule. Yeah. You think there's a time where they're not going to need you? They don't know anything. They can't do anything. They can't provide for themselves. There is never a time they're not going to need you. No. So whatever it is that you think you're still going to be able to do and have children, you got to get rid of that fantasy unless you can afford a maid or a nanny or something.
And it's not even just bouncing the kids. Bouncing the kids versus like I gotta give her time.
Yeah, your relationship changes.
I gotta give my relationship time, and I gotta give comedy time, and I gotta give like even when you in the house, like we had to have a talk because we was just trading off. Like when she get off, I would mentally clock out. I'm like, it's your turn. Like I'm done. And then she was like, you know, when I had him, she'd go somewhere else, you know. And then we was like, well, we can make it easier on ourselves if we both is engaged while we both here instead of just trading all the time. Yeah. I'll be like, all right. As soon as she walk in the door, I'm like, my shift is over. It's over. I'm done. And I just clock out. And she was like, she brought it up one day. She was like, just so I'm here, don't mean you have to go upstairs and just watch the game by yourself. And I was like, you're right. I could still hang out with y'all, I guess.
See,
I was just checking out.
We figured that out early. We figured that once I realized that how hard it was alone, I was immediately, hey, let's do it together, no matter what. Like, so as soon as I come into town in North Carolina, we do a lot of things with the kids together. And then, even when like we do things together, I make a point to, still bring the load a little bit on my side.
Do more,
yeah, because I want to experience those things. It's not like I don't enjoy being away from my kids as much as I'm away from them.
No.
Although I talk about how annoying kids is, you got to remember I do love these little people. So I do not want, as annoying as they can be, like you love them. That's the thing.
Yeah,
you can't.
Everybody talks.
You cannot. My kids look like me, like they're little me's, and I didn't have like the greatest relationship with my parents. So my children is like it made me get over my past.
Yeah.
Like these people depend on me, their love is unconditional. Everything before their birth just doesn't matter to me anymore. That's what they did for me.
That's how it be, man. They're like, 'cause I talk so much crap. I talk crap about her and them on stage. Like, I'll be talking, but as soon as I get off, they be like, "You love them." I'll be like, and I'm in my phone. This is him getting his haircut, and this is her. We was like, I love them to death. They just get on my nerves, but I love them to death.
I destroy them on stage. That's why my fans knew who she was, but had never seen her before. They knew about my kids, even if they don't see them. I'm gonna talk about it.
Yeah,
this
is talking crap. Like people think like I hate the little one. I don't like it. I'd be dog because he's a monster, but I love the little monster.
Little people aren't good people, man.
He's a terrible person.
Yeah, that's what I say about my daughter. My daughter, the 2-year-old, he's amazing. I don't know why he's amazing and she's so evil. They're in the same, but maybe because she was first and we figured something out. I don't know, or maybe her existence is making him like chill out. He was like, I don't want to match her evil. Yeah. Like something.
Ours is the opposite. My first one was so dope. We had another one back to back, and the second one was so bad. I'm getting surgery. I'm done. I'm getting a vasectomy. I'm done.
Oh, I know I'm done.
I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore.
I always said, any woman get pregnant by me, be prepared to fight. You gotta earn this baby. I'm not going out like that. I'm done. I got the boy and the girl. That's the only models they come in.
Right. Despite what they want to say. That's it.
Well,
that's the only model. That's it.
Nah. If they choose to be something else, that's different. But in the beginning, they come in 2 models.
Only 1 or 2.
They come in 1 or 2 models, and that's it, man. I'm good. You know what I mean? I think I'm giving out all the love I can give out. I don't think I have enough for a third one. I don't want to split it no more.
I don't have the time for a third one. I can't.
I'm trying to be politically correct about it. I
just don't have time for
but no, I don't think like I smiled whenever, my first child came. I smiled whenever my second child came. My son's named after me. You know what I mean? That's who's going to carry my name until the next generation of whatever, and whatever he decides, then if he decides to have children or whatever. So I'm just looking forward. I'm looking forward to being a granddad. I was hanging out with a comic last night, and he's a 39-year-old granddad. I don't want to be one of them.
No.
But I do. It's not going to happen for me, no way, because I'm 32 already. So 7 years from now, my daughter will be 11, and that's not happening. Because I know how babies are made, and you got to be able to leave the house to to make a baby. So I don't plan on being one at 39. But I can't wait to be a grandparent, man. And I'm not gonna be one of those grandparents. I saw a post the other day. It was like, nah, you want to be your grandparents always want to be soft. No, beat them with the refrigerator door like you used to do me.
Refrigerator door? Hilarious. That's so over the top. My grandparents whooped my ass.
Oh, my grandpa.
But it was my fault. Like they old, so they got old stuff in the house. So he was like, don't be hanging on my clothesline outside. And I'm like, why do you have a clothesline? We have dryers now. Like, why are you doing this? And I'm out there hanging on and broke it. And I just walked in the house and I just went in the room. Like, I know I'm getting whooped for this. So just here, man, just do it. Just knock this out. Don't play in my closet and knock over my suits. We play in the closet, knock over the suits. Hey, your suits are knocked over.
And now, in hindsight, think about, you were a terrible person. We were all terrible. That's what a kid is, y'all. They're terrible people. When your parents say, don't do this, your first thought is, how could I do this without them knowing about it?
Pretty much.
It's not let me listen to them and not, dude, that's who you're living with. You're living with somebody that no means let's find a different way to do it. Basically.
I want to do what I want to do and not get a whooping. And I'm not smart enough to figure it out. But I don't know that I'm not smart enough. So I think I'm slick.
And the arrogance of not having to pay for anything and everything being done and still complaining like, oh, I'll never get anything. I was like, what? Every time I hear everything, like my kids aren't at that age where they're doing that, but I see kids doing it and I just couldn't imagine being that I pay for everything for you to turn and look at me and go, man, I don't never get, I can teach you. I can show you what not getting. I grew up the middle of 7 children from 2 high school dropouts. There was not a lot of money to go around, I promise you. And I can show you what not having looks like. Yeah, I can show you I can feed you a Vienna sausage casserole. I promise you it doesn't taste as delicious as it sounds.
That sounds so horrible. As you said it, I was like, I'm glad you're doing well. That sounds horrible. Glad you're funny, man. I'm glad you're funny.
I'm glad I'm funny, dog. People don't know, man. That's why when I hear people complain, I be like, oh, my God. Listen, everybody, and that's the thing. And as bad as we had it, I knew somebody worse.
Yeah.
There's always somebody worse.
People get mad at that. They be like, it's always so I'm not allowed to be upset. I'm like, no, you can be mad at your situation. You can not be happy with it, whatever. But at the end of the day, can you really complain? Like, I don't know. Like, I understand what people are saying when they say that. Like, when you say it could be worse, you're dismissing my problems. And I'm not. I'm just saying that
if you look at the bright side.
Yeah. Like, if you look at the grand scale, look on the bright. I mean, shit, man. People.
What did it for me is I was watching, like, a documentary, and I saw some people had to walk miles to get water and then carry it back to their village on their heads. And I pee in clean water every day. That really put into perspective that maybe things aren't as bad.
They're not. I mean,
see somebody sipping muddy water, like, with their hands, you go, oh. This is a thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
My favorite thing, me and my wife, our favorite thing is first world problems.
Yeah.
Like, every time we complain, we like first world problems. Like, people, my stupid phone. It's like, we have a computer in our hands. Relax.
On us at all times.
Relax. It's going to delay sometimes. Calm down.
Even when y'all sent me the packet for the show, right? I hit download, and it was like, you ready to open? I was like, God.
So slow.
I was like,
why is this information not happening in seconds?
But it was just an immediate download of all information. Yeah. I was just sitting here like, this is super convenient. It doesn't get any more convenient than click a button and have access to it right now.
Like, I need a new phone because mine's been delayed. And I have to catch myself all the time like something's coming through slow. I'm like, man, calm down. Like, this used to be sent via, horse and carriage. Like, relax.
I'm telling you, man, I can't do it. But I think that hurts relationships, man.
What part?
I think if I think I'll have a better relationship. I'll find that one for me when I find a woman who doesn't want to text but still send love letters.
Oh, the old.
Yeah, because that way I don't have to talk to you every day. You get the letter, and then I have to wait to get your letter back or whatever. That way we don't spend too much time talking to each other. It's beautiful. That's why it worked out back then.
Yeah. I don't like that people, like, I see memes about people like they want to talk to their spouse all day every day. Why? You have nothing to talk about.
You don't.
Like, I was just on a cruise ship. I was gone for a week. I loved being gone for a week. When I got back, how was your week? How was your week? We had stuff to talk about. I see you every day,
and you get to miss them.
Yeah,
you get to. I can't miss you. You won't let me miss you. I just want to. That's the one thing about being a father. I get to miss my kids.
I miss them all the time because I'm gone.
Yeah, I get to
it.
miss them. You know, and I tell you, man, no matter how much love I get in the world, there's nothing like when you cross the threshold and they run and grab your legs, dude. Just daddy's home. It's like, oh my God, that's the greatest feeling ever, man.
I like. This sounds messed up, but I like when we FaceTime, and I hang up. She calls back like they was crying. I was like, yes, yes. They wanted to talk to you some more. I'd be like, yes.
That is not me. I'm the worst. She calls me back. It was like, she was crying because you didn't, she didn't want to get off the phone. I'd be like, tell her to man up.
I'll be like, yes.
Tell her to get
because they don't do that when I come home, like off the road. When I walk in the door, they be like, hey.
Oh, they don't got cool on
run up. Yeah, because they didn't got used to it. So I come back. They smile big as hell, but then they just be like, hey.
My daughter got cool on me, but she, like I said, she ain't never been. She's like daddy's girl because she realized, ooh, daddy has the means to get me whatever it is I want, and he might be feeling guilty about being gone. Let's see if we can run the numbers up. Let's see how far we can push them today.
Okay, so speaking of traveling, and you do stand up, but like a lot of people do know you from social media.
Oh yeah.
When did you pop on there? When did you?
2016. 2016, I decided, I'm going to put my all into it, man. I had a job as a pharmacy tech. I quit it to do social media, which people will be like, you don't have to quit your job to do social media. If you're really doing social media, yes, you do. There's no job that's just going to let you be on the phone for 16 hours.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that when you're doing social media, a lot of people be on social media all day. That's not doing social media.
Yeah.
This is two different things. I was getting on social media for job purposes. My job was to find out what content was really being talked about the most and to figure out what tomorrow's content was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the Shade Room is really good now. But before the Shade Room, I was somebody they really had to compete with because not only because I didn't just post the story, I gave you funny commentary with whatever I was doing. So I was that guy. Like I was like TMZ with humor.
Yeah.
But and I was really fast. My videos was coming out as soon. Like I would see something happen. Like you remember the Birdman in the Breakfast Club?
Yeah.
That happened at like 8:30. My video was out by 9. So, and I mean like with other clips of Birdman saying crazy stuff, whatever jokes tied into it. You know how it's not, a lot of people will be like, if you're not a comedian, you can't respect it. Like you can't, like other comedians can. When people see like a 2-minute video, they're like, it's just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes of material is different from just 2 minutes of just talking.
Running my mouth on something that just happened.
On something that just happened. So I've come up with 2 minutes worth of jokes that I'm hoping hit, and I got visuals beside of it to tie it all in to what. So by the time I'm talking about, like I started doing videos, like it was 2015. It was like December of 2015. I started like experimenting with it. And then by the top of January, it was like January, I want to say January 10th. It might be January 7th. I dropped the Odell Beckham joint that went crazy. And then I didn't know what to do. I was scared. I was like, is my life about to change? What is going on? Like this viral stuff is it real? Like, I mean, I gained 17,000 followers in a week, and I didn't even have 2,000 followers at the time.
That's what happened to me this year.
Yeah.
I wasn't on social media like that. Like I was just like, I didn't care. And then when Tony and Kevin then went on tour, because they had a following, and I saw y'all doing, shows and stuff, I was like, okay. It leads to butts and seats. I'm going to try. And I did a video, and it hit, and I got 10,000 followers in a day.
You see what I'm saying?
And then I got a following now, and I just keep putting them out. But I tell people all the time, like in my videos, I'm like, if y'all think this is funny, you got to come see us on stage. Because like you said, we putting this together in 5 minutes. Cutting it up and being like, here, them jokes we've been working on for years.
Polishing it.
How funny do you think that's going to be if you love social media and this is just us? This is stuff we don't even care about. This is stuff I'm giving you.
I'm throwing this away.
I don't care. Here. So the stuff I care about that I've worked on, you going to die.
And that's the part that makes me laugh whenever some of the people who follow me be like, but I wonder if he's going to be funny on stage. You're laughing at my throwaway jokes.
Yeah.
I'm going to be hilarious on stage. I'm going to be hilarious on. I get it. Y'all are thinking about people who social media is what they do, and then they trying to find a way to monetize.
Yeah.
Their following, so they go on the road. That's not what we are.
That's not what we are. We're stand-ups.
We're stand-ups.
That happen to be giving you stuff on social media. And the only reason why we do it is because we want butts in the seats when
so
we do
you can
stand-up.
see what we really do.
Yeah, they're the reverse.
Yeah.
And no knock to them. Get your money.
No,
you know what I mean? But
get your money.
We're not the same.
No.
We're not the same people.
And I stopped fighting getting in that lane because people be like, nah, you're a social media comedian. Good. Then put all of us on stage at the same time. Go ahead. I can't wait. Do it. And you will definitely start putting me in a different place.
Yeah, it's a different.
So it was, I don't know, man. It's insane, man. But social media, I try to keep it away from my kids for sure. My daughter loves YouTube though. It's hard to get them off YouTube. Like
I let them. We put them on because we had them on regular YouTube and we took them off, and now they just do the kids YouTube. Because I would just look up and I'm like, "What are you watching, bro?" And he just be on some random, and I was like, "Nah." So now he be on kids YouTube, but they watching like the Avengers and goofy cartoon stuff.
Momo had me take a YouTube for my daughter. I was like, man, somebody's telling kids to commit suicide in the middle of Peppa Pig?
Yeah, right?
Like.
Why?
So I was like, nah, baby, we got to take YouTube from you. Somebody was like, you're a bad parent for not wanting my kid to see Momo. Like, no, you guys want, these like TV and YouTube are good tools to get a break as a parent.
Yeah.
You got to stop letting social media raise your kids though. Yeah. Like it's still your job to protect them from the world. Social media is definitely where the worst of the world likes to be during the day. Man,
the absolute worst. My comment section is just stupid.
Like, why would you say that to somebody you don't know?
I don't know you at all. I did not. And the aggressiveness.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you mad about, bro? I don't even know you. Why are you so mad? All caps. When I see you on site, I'm like, I wasn't even talking about you.
Bruh, a dude threatened to pay tickets to my show and beat me up at my show because of something I said about Kevin Durant. I was like, oh, man, Kevin Durant is family or something. He was like, I don't know Kevin Durant. I was like, wait a minute. You're going to put your life at risk for somebody you don't know? You are the worst people on earth. The worst people on earth is all over social media.
I've gotten threats for E40. They didn't know him. Aisha Curry. The Aisha Curry post, bro. Dudes was so mad. Like so mad at me. And I was like, you guys are, you must be gay. You must be. Which actually made me excited because I always say, like, I have a running joke, like, you ain't doing something right until they start calling you gay.
Yeah.
I was like, as soon as they said, he gay, I'm like, I'm killing it now. That's all they got. They think that, and I'm like, y'all are wild. And I'm looking at their profile. Obviously they always be private. And I saw some of them, though, they was open. And I'm like.
I live for the open.
Yeah.
Oh, the open profile. I made a girl go viral. I was like, this is what you want? You wanted my attention? Come get this attention. Talking about just like over 1 million views of people and comments of people going, she is ugly. So that makes, so I don't know how her day went after that, but she earned that. Yeah. I didn't do it. Like, I was minding my business. I made a post about, being single. She was like, you funny, but you ugly. So that's why you're single. I was like, oh. And I went to a page. I was like, who's saying this to me?
Yeah.
And I looked, and she looked like Lord Voldemort. I was like, oh, my God, this is who's saying this to me?
At least be pretty if you're going to see it.
Because I've had pretty girls say stuff to me, and I'm like, no matter what I say, she's still going to be pretty after this. So it's nothing. Yeah, you won.
You can have this.
You got it. You got it.
And it's not even roasting. It's just being ridiculous. I've been roasted, and I'm like, yo,
I can do roasting.
That was hilarious. I did a video one time about having unlimited data on your phone and you get arrogant.
Yeah.
And somebody in the comments was like, he got unlimited forehead, and I almost flatlined.
Dude,
it was so funny.
That's funny.
It was funny. I was like, that's hilarious.
That's funny.
But when people just be like, I mean, like I said, I got threats. People be calling, and I'm looking at the dudes talking to me, and they're like, I bet he ain't got no hoes. I'm like, first of all, check my cracker. Check my record. Second of all, they be like,
those days are behind him though, wifey.
Yeah. And that's the thing. One dude was like, he probably ain't got no chick. I'm like, have you been on my page before, bro?
Yeah.
And
Did you see the swag in which he said that? Keon, one of them dudes that know when he walk in the building, he got one of the bad ones in the building.
So I'm like,
he know he went and he ain't even look. He walk in like, yep.
That's why, like, when they come at me, I just be like, all right. All right, sure.
He's like, I'm winning, dog.
Sure. But one thing that's cool though, and I'm not even on y'all level on the follower tip. When you get a following, they'll fight your battles for you, and you don't have to do nothing.
Ain't it amazing?
And you don't have to do nothing.
You just sit back and watch them.
They just go.
It makes you feel powerful.
Yeah.
Get them. Release the Kraken. Like that's how.
I had a girl inbox me one time, and she was like, "Can you call off your fan base?" Because she had said something about my wife. And they went in, and she was like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. Can you tell them to please stop?" And I'm like, "No,
man,
no."
This one dude stole my content, remade my video, and I was like, I put in the comment section, "Hey man, I'm not even tripping. Just next time, or like, just acknowledge that all of these jokes you're getting, that you're doing, are mine. This whole content, that's fine." And he deleted my comment. I was like, oh, you don't want people to know.
Yeah.
Cool. So then I made a video, a side by side of me saying what I said and then him. I thought it was going to be over. Just letting people know. When I tell you my fans, shut this dude's page down. Like he literally, because they're smart. They're really trollers are really smart. So the first thing that they did, they didn't decide to like just start trolling him immediately. They started following him, and and you just get all the follows. So the first thing he did was make his page private, but it's too late.
Yeah.
Once they're following you, they're in there.
Yeah.
So they're just ripping him up on his page. So he brings the page down. Somebody goes in the comment section, I see it, and I'm like, I wonder what his Facebook is. And they found it, dude. I didn't give this dude's government name, nothing. They all worked together on some, does anybody recognize this face?
Yeah.
And then I had like 1.5 million followers. So eventually somebody was like, ain't that the guy from, his name is such and such. They went to his page, was doing the same thing. He made his page private on Facebook. But Facebook, when you make your page private, people can still comment on your pictures. Exactly. So then they're roasting him in his pictures. I can't lie. Some of the meanest people on earth follow me. Yep. Some of the meanest, most creative people, they were literally doing like Photoshop of taking his head off stuff and putting it on other stuff and making these memes and stuff. And I wanted to stop them. I did, but it was so funny.
And I'd be like, this is what you get. I like when their aggression matches. Like
he found me on Twitter and started like threatening me. I was like, dude,
I didn't do this.
I didn't run you off of 2 platforms. Yeah. Mind you, I don't even use my Twitter.
I never use mine.
My Twitter. So he had to really be looking for me because I'm not even on it. And he was so mad.
I just let him. I like when the aggression, when my fans are aggressive to people for like out of nowhere, like they be like, I didn't think that was funny. Next comment, shut your bitch ass up. Like I be like, all right, that wasn't
then
necessary.
Unfollowed in with your dumb ass.
They be killing me. Didn't nobody ask you to come in here? I'd be like, all right. They be killing them. Your bitch. That's my favorite line, and I see it like every day. Shut your bitch ass. Like,
I love him, man. I love him. I don't know, man, but this is the downside of social media on my end is like, I was like, I'm dead tired of social media. I'm done because people think it's a real place. Yeah. And it's not. It's a place that you live your real life. You have to pull out a phone or pull out a device to get into social media. You're escaping your real life.
Yeah.
And then people were like, this person was like, well, without social media, you wouldn't be successful. I was like, nah, if there was no social media, I just would have found a different way.
Yeah.
I used social media. I quit my job and got into social media because I knew what it could provide for me from a business standpoint. If social media was not available, I would have just done it a different way.
Yeah. And I've been living off comedy for 4 years.
Yeah.
I just got followers this year.
Yeah, and I was that's what I'm saying. I was a touring feature before social media. Like, what are you talking about?
So
I'd
have been just fine, thank you.
And I had my own room in Charlotte that I was doing once a month.
Yeah.
That was in that once a month. I could pay my bills for the month off one show.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I'll be just fine.
Yeah, it's like a drug dealer isn't successful because of that drug. If you take weed away, he'll sell Molly. If you take Molly away, he'll sell heroin. He'll find a way. He's a salesman. He's a salesman. He'll sell vacuum cleaners.
Yeah.
Door-to-door knives. Those people are good. If you can sell knives door-to-door, you're good.
I used to do Cutco.
You can convince me that I need knives and I don't cook, you good.
I used to get in their homes and sell them thousands of dollars worth of knives.
Yeah.
Eat dinner with them and everything.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
I had a few families be like, "You should take out my daughter."
Oh,
like,
see, that's
why
what
we
it
eating
was.
dinner? Why you learn?
It must be nice to be nice looking, man. Y'all always got stories I cannot relate to. When somebody try to put me on to their daughter, my daughter has no options. But you look like you would be the guy.
I think it's after we get done talking. They be like, "Oh, you was raised by both your parents?"
Oh yeah.
Oh, you was. You know what I mean? I think it's that. Oh, you have a degree? I think it's that stuff. I don't think they care about other stuff, especially when it comes to daughters. They just like where you come from.
Yeah. Oh man.
You know what I mean?
That's
like,
the one thing.
Where you come from?
Because parents understand something that it take us a long time to realize what a good catch is. Parents see it. They're like, no, trust me.
No, not that one.
Yeah, not that one. And
I remember my mom.
My parents hit at 1,000%. Not even 100%. They are batting 1,000. With just this. I just want to tell you, have fun. This is not going to. It's not going to last. I know you, and no. And then you're like, you're just hating on my love. And then and 4 months later, you're like, I didn't know they were so terrible. I know. I know, son.
I remember my mom hated one of my exes. She loves my wife, but she hated one of my exes. And I only had 3. I only had 3 girlfriends in my life.
I don't understand that.
What?
That means your relationships last.
No, my wife's my first real relationship.
Really?
Yeah. The other 3 was like high school. The second, they didn't last long.
Oh, so you just called.
I was in them streets.
Yeah.
I was just like, I was realistic enough with myself to be like, I'm not gonna waste any woman's time.
Yeah. See, I've been single for like 5 years. I ain't wasting nobody's time.
I was like, I'm not the one. I used to tell them straight up, I'm not the one for you to date. If you want to have fun, if you want to do this and that, call me. If you want anything else, call somebody else. But you
also can do that when you're handsome. Ain't no ugly dude going. Ain't no ugly dude going. If you just want somebody to hang out with and be seen with, but don't want any commitment or any of the luxuries that come with a relationship, I'm your guy. She's like, excuse me?
Excuse me, sir?
Excuse me? What would you? No,
I need these lights fixed.
Yeah.
Okay. Trashes need to be taken.
You're right. No, you got, when you ugly, you got to do all the relationship stuff.
I need a good father for my baby.
Yeah.
I need a good father.
Yeah.
Speaking of dads, parenting again. Alabama wilding right now.
Yeah.
Alabama
are
is
they?
wilding. I don't know. Yeah, I think they are. You can't.
Listen.
If y'all don't know, you're living under a rock. But basically, they banned abortion, pretty much. And but DL made a post, and he said, women don't like the government forcing them to be a mother. Why do they only want the government to force men to be fathers? And it was obviously controversial, but I was like, I get what he's saying. If a dude don't want to take care of his kids, then you got to pay. And But I don't know. They making the women have the kids. But we have no say so if you do want the kid and she don't want it. So what do you think about that?
Well, point blank period. I've never liked child support. I've never liked the idea of child support. I think child support, you can do child support depending on your relationship at the moment the child is born. Or whenever the child is conceived. Like when she goes, I'm pregnant, and the dude is like, nah, child support should be out the window, because now he
wants no parts of this.
He wants no parts of this. So now you're making, because it's your body, it's your choice, everything. This man has given you very useful information of how this how this parenting is gonna go. All right. And I feel like those dudes shouldn't. But if y'all are in a relationship, y'all are committed that y'all are going to raise this child together, a breakup, it doesn't let you off the hook. You got to pay child support.
Yeah. That makes sense. That actually, I've never heard anybody say that makes sense.
Yeah, that should be the way, because I think that's the only way to make it fair. But you can't force nobody to be a father anyway, because just giving somebody some money does not make you a father. And that's what I had to learn, and that's what I talked about in the beginning. I was providing. It wasn't even like I was paying child support. I was paying for everything.
Yeah.
And even then, that's not enough. Your child needs more than that.
So what about on the other end though? Because like you said, her body, her choice. What about when she don't want it and the dude does?
I think that's the most messed up thing in the world. But guess what? Men always got to make concessions. Always. Look, we ruled the world, man. Women ain't even got a chance to run nothing. So if you don't get to make a choice about her body, it's not the worst. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not the worst thing. We don't have to deal with any of the stuff they deal with biologically or anything. Like when you see what a woman goes through pregnancy.
After pregnancy.
And after postpartum, listen, I don't want nothing. Make your decision. I don't need it. I don't need to make. All right, I'll make that concession. I won't.
They go through hell. Before, during, and after.
Listen, man, there's a lot of concessions men have to make. There's a lot of men that's been on dates and ain't never had the woman pay. You don't complain. You don't complain. You just go, well, that's the way it is. Well, this is one of those cases. That's the way it is. And you realize that, and it's not like this is a new thing. Like you've known since you knew about making children that she could get. This is not a new, you know what I mean? The right to choose has been here since we've all been born. I don't think
we've been born.
That's what I'm saying.
So I just found out where all that stuff came from.
Really?
The Jane Roe. I never knew that story.
Nah, I'm one
of them guys. So I never knew that story. I was like, oh, word. Another one. Why is every law based on something just
oppression?
Us? Yeah, every law is based on what these colors doing? Oh no, we got to change something. Every law.
My thing is, I'm conservative, so I'm even though I'm pro-choice, I'm pro-life in my life. You know what I mean? The reason why I'm pro-choice is because I don't know where people get the audacity to feel like they could tell people what to do with their lives.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Listen, if you're in Idaho and you're pregnant, that has nothing to do with me. It is not going to affect me. I'm never going to see your child in traffic, at the store. It's never going to affect me. Never. Now, if it's in your city, then we could start talking about maybe voting some stuff. But that's if people didn't have the means to travel. Yeah. If you don't like something, you can always go somewhere else. But this is another thing about the getting mad about the abortion thing, because you live in a red state. You know where you live. You know it. They vote all the time. And conservatives say, Republicans say all the time, oh, if we had a chance, abortion would be illegal. If we had a chance, abortion would be illegal. If it means that much to you, there's a designated time of the year, every year, where you can stop those people from being able to make those decisions.
No, I don't like when everybody's like, I see everybody like, these are old white men make all the rules for everybody. I was like, do you not pay attention who's voting? These white women?
Yeah,
are right there with them.
They're
right there with them. It's insane.
If you vote Republican and you're marching, shut up. Like, I don't want to, because you know which side makes that decision. You had an opportunity to say no. And if you're going, well, I didn't think they'd actually do it. Well, you clearly weren't paying attention.
Yeah, like,
because they were saying over and over and over again, especially at the presidential election, that there is a possibility that 3 Supreme Court judges might be out of here. They're like 100 years old. They might be out of here. And the next president may get to appoint as many as 3. So that automatically tells you that stuff is going to change.
Yeah.
And you heard that and you went,
Yep.
Either you stayed at home and didn't do anything. If you stayed at home, I don't want to hear it either, because we know how to stop. And nobody's saying that. I wish that nobody, and that's why you haven't seen a post from me, because that's where I'm at. I'm like, listen, if you complain about something, because I come from a people who are oppressed, who didn't get to make decisions about nothing that was happening to them. You get to choose if this happens to you.
But you know what I noticed? It's everybody else looking at them like, y'all wild. But the people there obviously didn't give a shit, because you're voting these, like, it's everybody else like, this is insane.
You voted for this rule.
Yeah.
Now, if you voted against it, I feel for you.
Yeah.
If you went out and tried to stop this from happening, I feel for you. But if you stayed at home or you voted for a Republican in that, then I don't have anything for you. I don't have nothing for you.
Matter of fact, same, completely unrated, not even close to the same thing, but the rent control in California. Everybody's whining, my rent went up. You idiots decided I'm not going to vote for the rent to stay the same. So now everybody's jacking your rent. Well, we can't afford. You voted for this.
You voted for this.
What are you talking about, California? You did this. People, it was confusing. Then don't vote. Did you know you had that option to not say anything?
Option that if
you don't have to check
know
a
what's
box.
going on, leave
Ignore
it alone.
So now everybody can't afford. They got 36 roommates, and I'm like, that you voted for this. You idiot.
I can't, and that's what I'm saying. I can't feel any sympathy for you for being stupid. Because the information, we live in the age of information for real. If you don't know something, that's a choice. That is a choice.
It's definitely a choice.
You know what I mean? So, I just can't. I can't do it. But I still feel it's wrong to tell a woman what to do with her body.
I think it's wrong.
But at the same time, you had the ability to stop this.
And I said that on my page, and it did. People agreed. I'm like, you guys, women had to vote. Trump is in office because of women.
Yeah,
like it's these.
Every president is in office because of women.
I'm like,
they are the majority of. That's what trips me out when some women are like, "Oh, women are made powerless." How? We vote. And y'all literally have the power everywhere.
You're voting as your own interest.
If y'all women could have, there could be mutiny. When we couldn't stop them. If anything that we had to vote for, we could not stop women from doing. And that just says something about the lack of unity of women, you know what I mean, as a whole.
But I've heard it personally, because I was doing a run through the South. I was doing shows through there. We went to Alabama, Charlotte. We did a run. And so for fun, we said, let's listen to their radio stations just to see, what they talk. And, man, we was in Alabama. And this was when Roy Moore was running. And just hearing the guys, I expected. But the women, I mean, back in my day, that was just called, and it just, well, let's get him in, and then, I don't agree with what he did, but let's get him in, and then vote him out, and then get another Republican in, and they like, the women I've seen women vote, especially white women, they put their race, and their party before themselves.
Yes, they rather put a rapist Republican, than a Democrat in the meantime to vote for another Republican.
They race their
Democrats
party,
are the same way.
Yeah, come before your own interests. It's like, why are you doing this?
That's why I'm registered independent. I gotta hear what you're talking about. Yeah. I don't know. Like, the only reason Hillary got my vote is because Donald Trump ran against her. Yeah. Like, because my guy was Kasich. That was my guy. That's who I put my chips at the table, like all my chips in the middle of the table for, and everybody else was like, nah, we don't want nobody nice.
Yeah, people got mad because some people voted for Elizabeth Warren. People got mad at that. Like, but y'all took votes away from Hillary. Well, first of all, she shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, right.
They
Bernie
messed that
beat her.
up. Yeah, so that's their fault.
That was another thing about the Dems that had me laughing. Y'all can't get mad about how Trump won when y'all cheated
You did
to get Hillary
Yeah.
in there the first time. She did not beat that man.
That's your fault.
That's y'all. And what more? And they would never get behind Bernie, and the people were behind him. How arrogant is that? Bernie is able to run a person that you put in all your financial backing behind. Somebody is running basically off of the people just giving them donations. That clearly says the people are making a choice.
Yeah.
They're putting their money where their mouth is. Why don't you go? Nah.
That's their fault.
And so when they lost, I did not feel bad for them at all because the people were telling you what you got people who are going to vote Democrat anyway. That wasn't the Bernie Sanders crowd.
No.
The Bernie Sanders crowd was, hey, we're listening to issues and we like what this guy is saying. We like it so much that we're willing to put millions of dollars up to put him on the same stage as the person you're feeding us. And they still said, take what we feed you.
And now it's too late.
Nah, it's too late.
Now it's too late.
You know how hard it is it's going to be to beat this guy?
Now it's too late. Well, and then even with Bernie, it's too late on his side because now he didn't went on the Breakfast Club and said the wrong thing. Black people like, all right, well, we're done.
Nah, black people going to vote. People gonna vote to get Trump out of there.
I know a lot of people
realize
like
how many people gonna vote to keep him in there.
Yeah, what's the Asian guy's name? A lot of people like him. I gotta look him up more, but a lot of people like him.
Good luck.
But yeah, America ain't ready for that.
Yeah, good luck. Yeah. I'm telling you, America is just.
This is America.
Yeah, what we don't worry about the right stuff.
Nah.
We never really listen
and it's
to
strategic.
what somebody,
embedded.
But it's just to me, man, like somebody like Beto, right? I think he might make a good president. But people are like, oh, well, he's new and all of that. What are you talking about?
First of all, I would love somebody who's new.
Right.
Honestly, I'm waiting for that person. I'm waiting for just somebody super real that really don't even know politics. That just comes in and be like, hey, some shit is messed up. And I just want to fix this kind of stuff.
I want somebody who don't know any better but to do the right thing.
Yeah.
That keeps it. Yeah. And then people keep saying, but that's not how it's run. I just want to do the right thing. I want that person. I'd rather have that person. I don't care what party you with or anything. I want somebody so just oblivious to whatever.
Yeah, how things work.
How things
are supposed to work.
Yeah. They're like, nah, that's not how things are supposed to work. Well, why don't we just try this? Why don't we just try to do the right thing just for 4 years? Let's just try. Even if they fail, even if Congress blocks them at every turn, everything, I'm fine with that. But I want that person to do it right. Well, I'm trying to do the right things by you guys, but these people keep blocking me. That's all I want.
I'm waiting for that person whose campaign is like not hope is a lie. None of that. Just
his name was Jimmy Carter.
I don't know. I'm just trying.
His name was Jimmy Carter. I'll give up these peanuts for y'all. All
right. Man, you was fun, man. Do we have time to do this question? We only have one. We could do one. All right. We usually do a question at the end. Questions, but wait, time out.
Yeah. I read that. It blew my mind.
Chris Hanson?
Blew my mind.
Chris Hanson, or your name just happens to be Chris Hanson. You catching pedophiles out here? Chris Hanson, my wife and I are both ready to have kids, but I'm a little hesitant. I'm ready financially, spiritually, etc., but I'm a little worried about having a child with a birth defect. Not that I wouldn't love them, if him or her were born like that, but I see how people were treated with slower kids when I was in school. What's your advice on if you're feeling the same? I think everybody has natural worries. Nobody wants a sick kid. Nobody wants mentally disabled, physically disabled. But I mean, if that's what's stopping you from having kids, you might as well not have kids. It's a crapshoot. Like,
Chris, you got the right guy today. You just so happen to ask the question to the right guy today. I always said, and this is me as a pro-lifer, if I ever had a child that really had special needs, I knew I couldn't be the parent that I needed to be to that child.
Yeah?
I know me. I don't have the patience. I do not have it. The people who take care of special needs children are special people. I'm not special. I'm a comedian. All right. I'm not that person. And Chris, there's nothing wrong with knowing that you're not that person. There's nothing, but you have to just make the decision, and you have to get your lady to understand.
He didn't say that he wasn't that person, because he's just saying he's worried about it. And I'm like,
if you're worried about it, you're not that person. So, and it's cool. That's why I said you got the right guy. You gonna sugarcoat it for the question, bruh. It's okay to not be that person. But what you have to get your lady to understand, and if your lady, he's married, right? Your wife, your wife should know you're a good person. She married you. She know you're a good person. So you should be able to have that conversation of, this is not, I want to be a parent. I want to have a child. I want to have a child with you and raised with you. But under those circumstances, I need you to have my back on. If that's the case, we got to figure something out. We got to, look into adoption or maybe something else, because I just can't do it. And don't force yourself to do it, man. You get one life, dog. You get one life. And being a parent is a big thing. It is a big choice to make. It's life altering. And children with special needs,
that's work.
It's even harder. It's hard no matter what.
That's work.
We're talking about even more difficult, and it's frustrating, and it's going to put some frustration into your marriage. If you know this about yourself, just be honest with yourself and be honest with your lady. And if she doesn't like your answer, at least she has to respect your honesty.
Yeah. But to be nervous about it is normal.
Oh yeah, nah.
Like it's just normal. You're like, well, nobody wants stuff like that. Everybody wants a healthy, good-looking, strong kid. Like it's normal to be like.
That was a chance of my daughter being because what happened was my I'm not gonna tell her business, but the mother of my children had a situation years ago that caused her body to there's no other way to put it. I guess she had a miscarriage, but the blood from that fetus went inside of her body. So her body naturally developed white blood cells to fight what was foreign in her body. So if she has a baby with that same blood type, her body attacks the baby. Oh. So whenever we got pregnant with, Addie, her white blood cell count spiked. And they thought that maybe her body was going to attack the baby's brain, because that's what it does, and because it's trying to kill it. Yeah. So the whole time through the 9 months, the 10,
that's a lot.
Yeah, we're just worried that, oh my God, her body's gonna kill the baby, or the baby could come out with all these different issues. But you know what I mean?
Happened?
Nah, they tested my blood. They tested my blood, and they were like, "There's no way that the white blood cells will attack this baby, because with your blood type and her blood type, it's not going to be that."
There it is.
And so I started looking at her like, well, if the blood cells attack the baby, we know what's up.
You've been defending your daughter since day one.
Yeah.
Just through your blood.
Yeah.
Through my blood. I got you.
Yeah, man.
I got you.
So I'm telling you, I've been there. It's always a crap. You never know. You're never going to know.
Nah,
You're never going to get someone pregnant and go, this is a healthy baby.
Yeah.
You don't even know when the baby's born.
I had all kind of concerns.
You still got to have tests and stuff. Like, even when the baby's born and you just be like, oh, there's nothing you can see, the baby still can be deaf.
Still be blind, still can be Down syndrome, learning curve. When they was running my kids through all them tests, in my head, I'm like, he's fine. But I understand why they got to do the tests. Like, they got to see if hearing. And, I was nervous, too, when they was doing them hearing tests. And I was like, did you hear everything? And he started looking. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like,
You worry, you're going to worry.
Yeah,
and that just means you want to be a great parent.
Yeah. And, normal kids are easier. Not normal, but you know what I mean?
That was not politically correct.
It wasn't politically correct, but everybody knows what I'm saying. They're easier. They are easier.
Yeah, man. It's okay to feel that way.
Yeah.
It's okay. Just be honest with yourself And maybe you don't have all the answers. That's why you're asking. But really sit down with this. Sit down with it. And then be ready to tell your lady how you really feel, and she got to respect it, even if she don't like it.
And in all fairness, none of us have the answers to crap. We're just trial and error every day.
But in this case, don't trial and error with kids. That's like because right now you're not in a we have a baby. What do we do? You're with there's nothing here.
Yeah.
So you have the option of literally not creating, which is an awesome option to have, because that's not the way it happens for a lot of us guys. It's like, I'm pregnant. Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay. So now
what you gonna do?
So what you gonna do? Because you don't need. Because I don't have an option. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're not even You're married. You're with somebody. Y'all know what the deal is.
You good to go, man.
You good.
Go ahead, Chris Hanson.
Yeah. Chris
and you got the name to fight off everybody off your kids, man. So you good to go.
Right. So who's your dad? Chris Hanson? Oh, yeah, little girl, I can't talk to you.
On that note, thanks for coming, man. We got to have you back.
Oh, I would love to be back, man.
Yeah, we got to have you back. We can do the three-way banter. Where can they find you on social media?
You can find me on social media. You go to Facebook, type in Ryan Davis videos, and then one of my videos will pop up. You find my Ryan Davis page. Or you can find me on Instagram at Ryan Davis Comedy.
Randy, all right. And you guys know I'm at Keon Polee. I thought your Instagram was at who the hell is Ryan Davis?
Oh, really?
And then I was like, no, that ain't it.
It's too long. I tried. That was the first trial. I tried to do it, but it's too long.
Yeah. But anyway, it was great having you, man, and thank y'all for listening. And we out till next week.
All right.
Peace out.